All right, ladies and gents, what do you say we do a little dealership life today? It's December 7th. I'm delivering this Tahoe High Country, which I want to show you. But first, I have to move a Corvette into the back to just have it kind of cleaned up and detailed. It's sitting outside right now. And it's sitting outside because we don't have the room to put it in the showroom. Now, what I want to point out is one of the flaws of this car, which you really can't tell at the moment, but you've probably seen it in videos before, that water actually builds up in this section depending on the angle that the vehicle is on. Now, it just kind of sits there. We actually had some water built on here the other day. It froze and turned to ice, and then we basically dried it up and got it out of there. But as you can see, just from sitting outside in the elements, it's got a little dusty. I have an appointment coming in that's looking at Corvette convertibles. So we have this one to show them. They can take a peek, sit in it, try it out, see what they think, and then basically see if this is the specific car for them or do they want to order one. And for those who criticize that I wear sunglasses while I'm in the videos, this is why. I forgot my sunglasses today. The sun is beaming at me and I can't even keep my eyes open because my eyes are very, very sensitive to light. That was a cold start on the base exhaust for the C8. This does not have that dual mode setup, the performance exhaust. So if you get the standard system, that is what it'll sound like. This is a $91,000 MSRP, $91,865 to be exact. It does have the suede wheel, which feels kind of nice, among a bunch of other options, which I will show you later, just to kind of give you the breakdown on this car. But again, first, let me get it in the shop in the back so they can do a quick little detail on it, make sure it looks good for when my client shows up. Let's get this High Country pulled out so we can show you that. And then get it ready for delivery. They'll be here in about 35-40 minutes. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I apologize for my videos not being very consistent, but last month was just very, very busy for me. I ended up finishing the month with 23 cars delivered. Now, if you follow my Instagram, Day of Dave, a lot of times I'll post the cars I'm selling and like day-to-day type stuff. And at one point, I was literally pacing a car a day. So on day 25, the 25th of November, I had sold my 24th and 25th car. So I was on pace to do 30 cars. And mind you, that's 30 cars a car a day without days off. You know, so when you have days off and, you know, Sundays, you're not selling cars those days. So I was doing better than a car a day. But I finished at 23. You know, I had 2 locate deals we were not able to get. We didn't have dealers contacting us back. I had another locate deal that now turned into something in stock, which they're probably going to come in today to take a look at and finalize that deal. So it kind of carried over to next month. You know, so you have that fluid situation where deals kind of cross over the month and it just counts for the next one. But at 23 cars, I hit top bonuses for everything. Had a great month. You know, we had the Z06 in there, we had the E-Ray in there. You know, we had a lot of big money vehicles. So it was a nice month right before the holidays. Even this High Country here, this High Country Tahoe, brand new 2025 redesign, MSRPs for $85,285. Absolutely beautiful truck. Now, the only package this truck has added to it is what's called the Sun and Tow package, which is $2,090. And the best part of that package is that huge panoramic sunroof. Now, it's power open and close, of course. It's a power shade. And I tell you what, from the back seat here is really where you get the best view of this sunroof. You even get a good view back here from the third row. You get a nice view out that sunroof as well. So we really love that panoramic roof. It was a great addition to the Tahoe and Suburban when they finally added that in. Now with that package, you know, there's some towing things you're getting there as well. All these trucks do have a trailer hitch behind that plate there in the back. But with that package, you're getting the 2-speed transfer case, the smart trailer integration indicator. You're getting hitch view, which is another camera that'll basically angle right down on the hitch ball, so you can see when you're backing up to your boat, your trailer, your motorhome, whatever it is. You get hill descent control, you get blind zone steering assist, you know, with trailering, and you get the enhanced cooling radiator, so you're a little bit better cooling And it even gives you that trailer brake controller inside. So here we have the new bold face of the Chevrolet Tahoe. What I like about the High Country is it no longer has that bronze trim. It used to have bronze, now it has like sort of a satin finished aluminum trim with black mixed into that grille. So it's a nice combination. This one still has the gold bow tie here. As you go down the side, you'll see some chrome, your High Country badge, your Tahoe badge, along the bottom of the side steps. Door handle surrounds, window surrounds. You know, you get some of that chrome, which gives it a luxury look. And then when you look to the back here, again, gold bow tie, chrome Tahoe, and then that black bar that kind of extends the look of the window coming down. Gives it a nice look. Quad tip, squared off exhausts, has a bit of a Corvette feel. Taillights look super nice because they're almost look like a smoked finish. If I hit the button here for you, I can flash them on and off. They have a really nice, sort of like a frosted look, which is nice. Even a little pattern there you just saw. Little illumination display. Great set of 22-inch wheels, and pretty much all the features that you could expect to love from a Tahoe. So what do you think? Do you like the new exterior styling? Front lights we can turn on. You'll see you have LEDs up top, LEDs around, and then your headlights are in the center. So just a really nice look. Inside is where you'll really see the change. Now the dashboard, of course, is all new. High Country specific. You're gonna have the High Country embroidery. You have you know, the different stitch pattern here. Also, you have like a brownish material inside the leather, inside the perforation. So it's really a black seat, but it gives it sort of a two-tone look with the inside of those perforations being brown. Same thing on your center armrest here. You get a nice little, you know, up-level look. And then we have the full new interior, the screens. I'm gonna reposition the truck so I don't have the sun beaming in here and I can show you. Also close the sunroof shade there so you kind of get a feel of that. It is all black up top. A lot of times cars in the past would have like a light gray as far as the pillars and the headliner. Now we are all black. These are controls for the sunroof, things like that. And then you also have this button right here, which is your power center console. Pretty cool feature. You can move that console back so the cup holders are easier for the back passengers to reach. And then underneath here you have a hidden drawer where you can store things in there, and then close this up and it'll be pretty secure. Close it up. We're just gonna press forward again and it'll slide right back into place just like that. Right in front of that you have your cup holders. You have a wireless charging pad, you know, which sits right here, which is nice. You also have your USB and USB-C ports where you can have phones plugged in. Just a nice wide open area for electronics. Some hard keys for climate, you know, your hot and cold for driver passenger, your fan speed, your front rear defrost, so like your quick use. Hazards right in the center of your two vents, and then your screen, which you've seen before, right? It's very similar to everything we're using in all our cars, whether it be the Equinox EV, the Blazer EV, the Traverse, Suburban Tahoe. You know, they all have that sort of same layout. If it's a Google-based system, if it's a system without the Google, it looks very similar, just the apps are set up a little differently. But it's all touchscreen, and what I really like is how fast it works. So if I go here to satellite radio, whoops, let's hit listen now. You can see how quick. I mean, it's very responsive and very fast, which is nice. Especially when you're driving around, you want to make sure that you know, your eyes are on the road and not on the screen. So it's very easy to operate, very easy to use, and I'll make future videos where I kind of identify and go through the different apps and all that sort of stuff on these screens. In front of you, you have different functions here. Again, if you press a little thumb button on your steering wheel, you can change to different layouts, different screens, one including the navigation. And this does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so if you have that paired, your phone's nav could also appear in here. So if you're like using Waze or Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever it is, you have the ability to put it either on the center screen or, actually, I'm sorry, on the driver information screen or your center screen here. You have your camera app here, which is gonna bring up your bird's eye view, front, back cameras, all that sort of stuff. And then this has that camera mirror where you can see really a nice field of view when you're on a highway or something like that. When you're close to items like this car behind us, it's not maybe that effective, but when you're on the highway and you can see all the lanes behind you, it really helps out a lot. You know, the dashboard, I think, is laid out very nice. What I'm noticing with Chevrolet vehicles, with these new horizontal screens, they lower the dash behind the screen even, so it gives you a commanding view of the road. You know, you can actually see the hood of the car, which is something that was lost in recent you know, years and maybe a decade or so, where the dash was high, the car sloped, you can never see the front. You know, so you actually can see the front of the car right now, which is very nice, and it just gives you a nice, clean, elegant look. I really like it a lot, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it up front. We're gonna get ready for our customer to pick it up. I actually have their trade-in parked up front as well, because they're gonna be able to swap everything over that they have to from one truck to the other. And we will continue on our day. While I was recording right then, I did get a phone call in the showroom. I gotta call someone back that's gonna be down a little bit later today. So we'll go do that real quick. This is Saturday dealership life here at Schumacher Chevrolet of Livingston. Other big news I realized I just haven't shared in a video yet. I bought myself a printer. So now I'm not going back and forth to the office every time I print something, have to make a copy of a license. I can do a lot of it right here, which is saving me a ton of time, but it is also really, it's really cutting down my steps for the day. Just took a phone up on the Chevrolet Bolt that we just took it on trade, this 2022 here. This is an EUV. It's cleaned up, ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a couple photos of it, try to get my shadow out of the way here, that we can send the customer, and then he's gonna come in today, he says, as long as it's here physically available on the lot, which it is. You know what? You gotta take these out. You can't leave these in when you take photos. It just looks sloppy to me. Much better. Take one more from this angle, a little higher up. Let's put it back to 1. And there we go. So now what I do is I take his information that I gathered over the phone call, I input it into our system. I'm then gonna call back, note that I made a call. This way we get our follow-up credit. I'll send him a text with the photos so we can physically see it, because there's no photos on the website yet. I'll set up the appointment. Once I know what time he's coming in, I'll put that appointment in the system to get the appointment credit. And then when he comes in, hopefully we sell him the car. And that's how easy this business is. A lot of times people talk about car dealerships in a negative way, you know, based on the experiences. And listen, I know a lot of the stereotypes are true, but for the salespeople out there, all I can say to you is remember that people are coming to you, right? You're not really, I mean, people proactively go out and they call and they try to bring people in and you're prospecting. But for the most part, like this gentleman called in, he saw the car online, like the odds are in my favor already. Like he already knows it's here, he likes it, he's gonna come in. You treat people right, you don't pressure them. And a lot of times, as long as the numbers are good, they'll buy the car. Hey Brian, how you doing? This is Dave B over at Schumacher. So that Bolt is here and it's available. What time do you think you'd want to come in? Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. All right, I'll pull it up front and I'll see you when you get here. Bye. Turns out they live 20 minutes down the road. They're on their way. This is where we really got to multitask. My Tahoe delivery just showed up as I was finishing that phone call. This gentleman's gonna be here in 20 minutes. So we're gonna be doing some multitasking, some juggling, if you will, because we got a lot going on at the moment. And the important thing is trying to still give every client, you know, your undivided attention, even though sometimes you can't. But that's where our management team steps in, and a lot of times Sal will help out, or Corey, or Mike, in a sense where while we're with one person, they can go over numbers or they can talk about something else, and you know, we make sure people are helped in a very efficient manner. So in this case, I got this pulled up front. We'll have it ready to go. They can take it on a test drive. While they're doing that, I can be going over the vehicle with my other customer. While my other customer is signing paperwork, I can be going over the car with this customer, and we just, you know, we make it work.